What role can parents or advisors play during this transition?
I think the role of the parents or an advisor is to start having the conversations. Make yourself available to answer questions as you've got a kid maybe graduating from high school and they're trying to figure out what they want to do, or graduating from college and they're starting their first job. Either if you have an advisor or if you understand this stuff yourself, sitting down with the child or the young adult and going through it with them and saying, okay, this is what this means. Helping them set up a budget, helping them understand whether they're spending their money. I think a lot of people shy away from the financial conversations, and I think that's a mistake. You need to be talking about money and having those conversations with your kids so that they can understand the value of things. And it's not just, hey, I want a new glove, or I want a new computer, or I want a phone. Like, how do we teach our kids to value things and not just receive, right? How do we get them to have skin in the game, right? And truly understand stuff. And I think that making the kids understand the value of stuff and having those conversations with them about money and the importance of saving, and like, those are important conversations. And that can start as early as, they can start to understand the concepts of money.
All right. And so how can families support without taking over?
I think it's just being open to having the conversation, right? You don't want to wipe the money conversation under the rug. Teach them about interest, teach them about savings and compounding. Like I tell my kids all the time, what's the most powerful force in the universe, right? And my kids always come back and say, hey, compound interest. And I say, why? Because it's the growth on top of the growth. And it really comes into play, not in the first 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, it's 20, 30, 40, right? With that growth on top of that growth. And that's really like we always say, it's not timing the market, it's the time in the market. So, teaching them about interest, teaching them about, there's interest from two different standpoints, right? There's the interest on top of your investments. There's also interest on top of your debts and your credit cards. So, and how those two work and what that can mean over time. So, just because the interest in your, savings account, or maybe the growth in your investment account is growing, if you've got some credit card debt that you're not paying off, or you're making just the minimum payment, that's going to grow as well. So, it's by creating that discipline, or that, how do we get 1% better every day?